One of the most important lessons that I remember every time anybody in our batch would submit a story to any professor and get their thoughts on, common question would be, what's at stake? What does the protagonist stand to lose? And it is something that's always been inside my head when I read a script. If we don't know what the protagonist stands to lose and how much that matters, the goal, the pursuit of the goal, then why would anyone care? It can be tangible, intangible, questionable, unquestionable, moral, immoral, but there has to be something clear, something obvious to understand what's at stake. Like robbing a bank is cool, sure, and it might be really interesting to see a bunch of people rob a bank. Robbing a bank for a friend's grandmother's cancer treatment because she told you stories when you were a kid. Now it's all heart. Now it's emotional, yet conflicting, yet hard to understand, yet illegal. I remember my favorite quote from one of the professors, which was, higher the conflicts, higher the stakes. If a person has to launch into space and capture Mars, he better have enough stakes to back that up. Why do you want to do that? What is wrong in this earth that makes you feel that you have to do this immediately? One filmmaker I've always thought has cracked this so well, incredibly well as a writer, director, is Zoya Akhtar and also Farhan Akhtar. Even though they take up problems and situations in India which probably only the top 5%, 10% might connect to, it feels like they have a lot to lose, and those things to lose are tangible and intangible. It's a company and family reputation. It's a company and faith of your wife, and that's what good complex writing is all about. Takes tell the emotional price of the story. They tell the audience that this shit matters a lot. The competition at the end, the cricket match, the medal, the rap competition, going to Krakozia, all of this. Stakes means what hurts to lose. What does the protagonist value the most? And what happens if it's just taken away? It could be anything: love, family, reputation, freedom, self-respect, a dream that they've held on forever. And the awesome bit is, the bigger the loss, the stronger the tension. Higher the conflicts, higher has to be the stakes. Dangal, Taken, Inside Out, Little Miss Sunshine, Lock, Shawshank Redemption, Bucket List, Children of Heaven, Taste of Cherry, Silver Linings Playbook. They're all awesome examples to just browse through and see what I'm trying to say. Stakes makes your conflict very meaningful, and threat makes them visible. If the antagonist isn't dangerous, no urgency. And similarly, if the protagonist doesn't stand to lose, no tension. And if we as audience members who are watching the movie don't feel the risk of what the protagonist stands to lose, we don't feel anything. When a story that you're writing or a film that you're watching feels flat, see and check the following. Are the stakes obviously visible? Do you see what the protagonist stands to lose? Is that important enough for the protagonist? Are the stakes clear? Are they personal? Are the stakes high enough? And is the antagonist, if he's present, clearly threatening them? Fix those and the story will breathe again. And this I keep asking throughout the time I am directing or acting in anything that I'm making. What does this character fear losing? Try and put that fear in the frame if you're directing. Put that fear on the line. Put that fear in danger. There are these awesome stories that live in the gap between what the protagonist has and what the protagonist fears to lose forever. And that gap creates heartbeats. And good cinema is made of heartbeats. And that is good cinema.